Hey there, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. Okay, so I'm trying to wrap my head around this one still, so maybe somebody with a clear head can comment, and some of my commenters comment with, I don't know, in emojis, which I really don't get too much. So if you want to comment, that's fine. But if you want to comment something constructively and not the words "you're crazy" or with just emojis, that would be helpful. Anyway, so I'm gonna get right into this, and this is kind of really weird. First of all, list of Mandela effect I just saw that happened. So Eli Manning and Peyton Manning, they went to the Super Bowl. They played against each other. Now, I'm not a big Super Bowl, I'm not a big football guy, but I remember about 4 or 5 years ago, it was big news. Everybody was talking about it. I watched the game, but both brothers were playing against each other. It was a good game. I ended up actually watching all the Super Bowls, and the strange thing is now I heard that somebody just said that they never played against each other. There's the first time brothers are going to be playing against each other. And I'm like, wait a second, that was the Mannings played against each other. So that's a weird one. And now to get into the personal thing that's going on with me that's very strange. And I mentioned before, I feel like sometimes I get attacked all the time. Well, I'm going to get a little deeper into it, and maybe this will help you. So I did something last Monday. It was a clerical error. It was just something really, really small at my regular job where I didn't enter something correctly. And I just felt really, bad about it, finding out later about it. And it was something maybe not that small, but it was just annoying. And I had an issue with another coworker about it. I said, I apologize. I just entered that, an error, and, it won't happen again. So I felt badly about it. And for some reason, I just couldn't let it go. I was looking at it from the other person's point of view, and it just kept bothering me. And the next day, my boss, took me in office and talked to me about my error again. So I'm like, oh boy. So I stood there, 10 minutes. He told me why I was wrong. I made the error. And I said, okay, gotcha. Won't happen again. But the next morning, he came in and his hair was disheveled. And he was just like, called me in his office and started yelling at me about making the same error again for like 5 minutes. And I was like, wow, I'm really getting bullied here about this. And as soon as my meeting was over, he sent out a mass email, we're gonna have a meeting Monday morning, all the staff. And I'm like, he's not gonna have a meeting about this incident again, is he? Because it's really not that big a deal. But I just felt really bad about it. And then sure enough, and I said that to somebody else. They overheard me. I said, I feel like I'm getting bullied. And then he went and said I was, so Monday morning before the meeting, he said, oh, you're in you have the charge of bullying against me. I said, what are you talking about? I just said that to someone else. I didn't say it like in public or anything. I said to one person, and that person ran and told him. And then, he said, all this crazy stuff about if I want to contact HR, I have to contact HR through him. And that if I want to, what I'm required to do is send him an email that I'm not being bullied. So that was really weird. I guess it's not a great place after all. But here's the thing, right? Couple things. I don't think he has a memory of, on the Friday, I don't think he has a memory at all of him talking to me about this incident. The only memory he has is on Saturday. And I know it. I just feel it in my bones. I just know it. It's like I shifted into another, multiverse where this incident got worse. And I've been trying to figure out why. And this morning it kind of hit me that maybe there's, an unresolved life lesson. So, check this out. I think that I'm shifting into multiverses, if you will, where I have that are close to mine, that I have a life lesson that I need to learn. That's just it. I think that's what's going on, because I couldn't, forgive myself for that small incident. And I went to a multiverse where now there, the incident, I need to resolve this because it's, it bothers me. And now, now it's not bothering me basically anymore, but I went through this whole rigmarole and basically almost going to lose my job. But it's very strange. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention about all this is when I notice when my boss is, going to yell at me or something kind of negative happens with him. I don't know if it's prevalent on this one multiverse line or whatever it is, but I notice his left ear is bigger than his right ear. Sometimes they're even sized, but when I go to, when he's, when I'm in trouble or something's not right, his left ear is bigger than his right ear by like half an inch. I could just tell. I've been noticing that now for a while. I've been working with him for a while, and it's very strange. So I think I'm kind of getting to the bottom of something here, where I feel like I'm shifting into multiverses where I have unresolved issues that I need to, clear up. And this one just happened like where it was pretty fresh. So I've been always saying, like, why am I getting attacked? Why is it? I don't get it. Like, are there people who just with demons filled attacking me all the time? But I think, it's something to do with, like, and I'll go into this a little bit. Like when you have a moldavite, like it's a high vibrational stone, right? And then if, I had that in my pocket and all these things happen, and I want to say all these negative things happen. So, but they get resolved and then all these things are gone. It's bringing up these things that need to get resolved, and then you get a clear slate with your karma. So I think that might be part of what's, going on. So I'm just going from my own personal point of view, like I was thinking I didn't win the Powerball. Maybe in one, multiverse I won the Powerball, but I need to learn these experiences so my soul keeps shifting to multiverses where I learn lessons. I think that's what's going on. I nothing else kind of makes sense, and maybe it's the same for you. So I thought I'd share this quick story about what's going on at my job, but it just doesn't make sense for me to get yelled about it every day about the same situation until now. Once I don't resonate with it anymore, now it's gone. The other thing, real quick, I did mention about the rice whales. I said that was a Mandela effect. Everybody said, no, it's not a Mandela effect. And I said that I'm going to give a prophecy out. The prophecy was that there were going to be food shortages. And this was well over 2 years ago, before any food shortages occurred. I said, this is a prophetic thing, that I know this is what that is. And I said it. I think the video I left still up. But now, we have all these incidences. And I said that this is because I think there's unresolved issues with us as a collective of us having child trafficking and human sex trafficking and all these issues. I think together collectively we're shifting into these situations where we haven't resolved all those issues, where we need to, resolve that. And I think that makes sense to me. Like this all kind of starting to make sense to me. Maybe I'm a slow learner. I know other people have said that, we shift into multiverses where we have traumatic life lessons that we need to resolve. I mean, that makes sense. I think I'm, shifting real fast into these situations where I keep getting, basically, it feels like I get attacked a lot, but then they get resolved. And when these issues come up, it just happens. So I'm doing, life coaching with someone, and then they said they want to switch. I'm not saying names or anything, but they want to switch jobs and they want to switch careers like I do. I want to get more in the spiritual path. Mentioned that before. So, at their regular job, they want to do the same thing. The regular job, they started, seeing me, and then all of a sudden it got really uncomfortable for them, really bad. And I said, that's what's going on. You got to resolve these issues, and it's a life lesson, and it's making you, propel you into your next phase of your life. So I got an email from somebody the other day. They said, hey, by the way, I saw you on the web. I have a website where, for a small fee, you can do life coaching, teach meditation, and do all this great stuff, do Reiki, all these things, and we'll promote you. It's a small thing. If you want to join up on this website, we have other spiritual teachers, and I saw you on the web, and we think you'd be a great fit. In fact, you'd be one of our best people on there. So on here. And I said, wow, it all kind of happened at once. So it's just like, I think my job, I'm supposed to leave it and get on a more spiritual path, of course. I'm just looking for an avenue for that. But it's just, I think all these kind of things are happening for life lessons while we resolve them in this life, and we're shifting to, get rid of all that negative karma. Let me know what you think in the comments yourself. And if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, share. I'm sharing a lot of personal information, but I'm doing that because I think maybe it'll help somebody else. Have a great day. Okay? And by the way, just saying, it's snowing today, and last report I heard it wasn't supposed to snow today, but now it's a bad snowstorm all over the place in the Northeast United States. That's kind of weird too. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.